I already clicked record and then I looked down at my like audio receiver box and the battery was about to die. So I said, not today, stay in. Let me change those out right here real quick. Well, hello there, and welcome back to It's Always Something. I'm your host, Bryce Howard, and this is my brand new official podcast. Now, during the show, I'm going to be discussing anything and everything that's on my mind, and today is about to be entertaining, if I do say so myself. Since we've been making changes since our last episode, we initiated changes, and this is episode 5 technically, but episode 2 of the new changes. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm gotten really excited about our new roadmap, our new structure, and it got me really excited for today. And I'm starting to learn how to do things right. Every time we filmed an episode up until this point, I've planned kind of in a different way every single time. And the last one was the closest to the best. And today's I mean, I haven't recorded yet, so I don't know actually how this method is going to go, but I feel the most prepared than I ever have before filming. Now, a little bit of housekeeping before we go ahead and get started. I want to ask your opinion on something that I'm going to start doing here. Well, if you're listening now, then I've already started doing it with last week's episode. But in case you didn't know already, I've been putting out excerpts of the full length episodes. So for example, last week's episode was the longer one, it was just shy of an hour long, but I made mini episodes of my favorite sections of that podcast, just in case the full episode felt really daunting to you, or there was only a specific part of the episode that you wanted to listen to. So last week, I put up the Joe Dispenza story time, and I put up my current obsessions from last week. If you want to go check those out, they're 10 to 20 minutes long versus the hour long full episode. I don't know. I've kind of been loving it. I think it's a good idea, especially for people who don't want to listen to a full hour worth of, content, but I like to make the long episodes. So I'm trying to make it good for everybody, including myself, right? But with regards to posting schedule, brand new full episodes will still be going up Friday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but the excerpts will all go up at 9 a.m. on Tuesday mornings. So if you're going to be the kind of person that just wants to listen to the podcast in sections, then you'll want to look for those episodes Tuesday mornings, and they'll all be up at the same time. Okay. That's all the housekeeping I had for today. Let's just jump straight in. Honestly, I'm feeling so good. Okay, so we're starting off strong with my current obsessions. I have a lot of new obsessions since last week. Yes, I do. I don't know. Out with the old, in with the new, get with the program, diva. Okay, so this first obsession, this is actually, okay, I've been utilizing this every single night for the last 2 weeks, and it's kind of changed my life. And it's not a product, but I'm not going to say we all, but many of us struggle to wake up early in the morning. And I feel like I invented a life hack that kind of changed the game. So here it is. So you know how in your nighttime schedule, or even if you don't have a strict nighttime routine, everyone kind of goes to the bathroom before they go to bed, right? No one likes to feel like they have to pee really bad while they're trying to sleep. It's kind of uncomfortable, right? Wrong. Or is it a genius fucking way to get up early in the morning? So here's what you do. You finish your nighttime routine and you get right into bed. Don't go to the bathroom before you go to bed. Here's my trick. I know it sounds crazy. I know it's weird and it takes a little bit of getting used to, but I've been setting my morning alarm for 6 a.m. every day for the last few days, and I've been loving the hours in the morning. I just love it, but getting up is still hard, and I'm a snoozer. I hit snooze a million fucking times, so I don't want to do that anymore. So if I don't go pee before I go to bed, then when my alarm goes off, all I can think about is making it to the toilet because I have to piss so bad it hurts. So yeah, so that's my little sleeping hack. Try it. I really fucking loved it. It works for me. I don't know. It's kind of fun. It is a little bit uncomfortable, falling asleep because you're wow, I really have to pee. But then you fall asleep and you forget about it. But then you wake up and bitch, it's time to go. You don't even have time to complain about the fact that it's early because you are struggling to get to the bathroom, girl. So yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend that. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so Miss Bryce Howard, okay, am obsessed with chest hair, okay? Everyone knows at this point, I'm a gay man. I like chest hair on a man. I think it's manly and I think it's macho attractive. However, I'm also naturally a hairy person. I have literal you can't see it if you're just listening, but I have chest hair. I have body hair. This is so weird, but basically I can't believe I'm sharing this on the internet. But basically, with my body hair trimmer, I've been giving my chest hair a fade. If that makes sense, like it's long, like in the top middle, like right between the tits, like it's the longest right there. And then I like put a shorter length guard on the closer I get to my nipples, where it's like basically down to like skin on my nipples, because like hairy nipples kind of weirds me out. And then it also like slowly gets shorter the closer you get down to the puss. I don't know. It's like, did I just change the game? I don't know. Instead of just like going all over my whole body in like one guard, I'm like, let's make it an artistic experience. Why the fuck not? Okay, next. Y'all are gonna be pissed at me for this because it's kind of annoying and it's kind of redundant, but that's okay. That's okay. Anything I say is gonna piss some people off at this point, but I've been doing a new thing in the era of change, in the era of adulting. You know me, love to try new things, and currently I'm trying no scrolling, no TV. Weird. Also, I haven't been doing this for a long time. Like, we're on like day 3, day 4. So I'm not necessarily obsessed with it yet, but I'm manifesting the obsession so that I can continue being productive. Guys, believe the rumors. Believe the rumors. The rumors are true. The amount of things that I get done in a day. Here, let me clarify the rules, okay? So I can open Instagram to post, to respond to comments and respond to DMs, and same on TikTok and like YouTube. But there's no scrolling time and there's no television. Like usually I watch like TV while I'm like eating lunch or dinner, or like watching YouTube, or like watch a episode before I go to bed, or watch like none of it. No TV whatsoever. But you guys, my checklist every single day that I make are like very extensively long, and I get through every single thing on the checklist. And better than that, I go to sleep every single night tired. Like I go to bed tired and I feel so accomplished and so satisfied with my day because I did everything that I knew I could do that day. And it's changed my life. And like some other things, it's made me so much better at managing my time. Like usually before I need to leave the house, like I'll literally put in the location on my Google Maps and like look at the timer and literally scroll while I'm watching the timer in my map so that I can lead at the last second. I haven't been doing that these last few days, and I've been like early to places. And then instead of scrolling when I get there, I like do productive things on my phone, like create posts for social media or like plan my next episode. It's been amazing. And you get so creative with your free time. Like yesterday, I was rewarding myself for like successfully achieving no screen time. And I rewarded myself by like playing dress up. You know, I'm prepping for Italy, so I'm like trying on outfits, getting outfits together, taking pictures, all the things. And then like my extra reward on top of it was that I didn't need to clean up after myself. I could just leave the mess and then go to sleep, and that was like my reward. And then I just put clean the mess on my checklist today. Because I wasn't on screens all day today, I had no problem taking care of the mess. It's been glorious. I don't necessarily think it's for everyone, and it's been really uncomfortable. Like there's definitely a little bit of joy that I'm missing in my day, but we're looking for other ways to fill that void. This one's also going to be annoying. Okay, so quick little backstory. I've been a raging nicotine addict for years and years and years and years. And it's honestly so embarrassing. Okay, it's so gross. It's so embarrassing. It's ugly, and it's just like breathe air. I get it. I know. But also in the era of change, I'm starting my quitting journey, and we've taken the first step. I was a disposables girly, and I don't know if you know what that means. If you don't Google it because it's not worth the energy. But I've gotten off of those and I've switched back to a Juul. Juuls are back. Juuls are back. You heard it here first, folks. But for a few reasons. There's way less nicotine and way less vapor in them, but they also only come in tobacco and menthol flavors, which taste gross. Like they don't taste good, versus like my other vapes taste like candy and, you know, fruit and like popsicles and stuff, versus this literally just tastes like dirt or tastes like menthol. Like it doesn't taste good. So I don't like want to hit it. So I have only been hitting it when I'm like, oh, I need nicotine. But they also have different levels of percentage in pods. So you can go from 5 is where I'm at right now, percent, to 3%, then down to 0. And then as soon as you know it, bitch, I'm going to be done. I'm going to be nicotine free. I'm so excited to not have a vape anymore. Like I'm looking forward to the day that I can put it down and just not even think twice about it. The only thing I'm worried about though is also in Europe, like cigarettes, like the house down, like everybody there be smoking cigarettes. I'm going to be with the cool kids, like up in the club, like everybody be smoking cigarettes. So there's going to be some temptations, and I'm not going to be too hard on myself, but you should know that is a journey that I have embarked on in the last few days. And I've been obsessed with my Juul because it's been keeping me sane. Another obsession that I've been having, this is kind of like a negative obsession. I've been like really obsessed with like safety lately. This is like, I don't know, maybe this is relatable to some people, but I live by myself and I also live on a floor unit apartment. So there's like extra points of entry versus like all the other units. It's just like the stairs to the front door versus like all of my windows are on the ground. I have like my back door to my like back patio is on the ground, and I've just been feeling really vulnerable lately. So, and I live in Tennessee. Like I could get a gun if I wanted to, but I am not a gun person. But you know what I do have? I have combat knives, throwing axes, and bear spray in my camping box. So my bear spray and combat knife may or may not be bedside. But I'm also like open to suggestions because I want to feel safe, and I already have a Ring like doorbell. So you can check that off your list. I don't know. My doors and windows stay locked. Honestly though, for being so honest, if somebody really needed to break into my apartment, if somebody really was so passionate as to like break in here and like either hurt me or like try to steal my things, they need it more than I do. Like they need it more than I do. If someone had the nerve and like the ambition to like break through my window and like steal my TV or steal my camera, like you can have it. But yeah, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm not a fighter when I've never really been in a position to fight, if I'm being so honest. Actually, this is another obsession. I want to get in like a fist fight so bad. Like I want to get in a bar fight or something so bad just to know like if I'm good at fighting. Like I'm a trained dancer. I've done jujitsu. I did wrestling for a few years in high school. Like I'm huge. Like, well, to most people, I'm pretty big. I'm 6'4", 200 pounds. Like I could beat a bitch, I feel like. So like I really want to get in a fight to know if I can hang, to like just know if I can like do some damage or if I can like hold my own, you know? I don't know. But like I said, maybe it would make me feel safer if I like knew that I could fight someone, if that makes sense. Like, you know, if someone broke in here, I wouldn't be concerned if I had previous experiences like fighting people and knew that I could beat their ass, so that if someone else came in, like I could also beat their ass. I wouldn't have to worry about. But I don't know. I have no idea if I'm good at it or not. So anyways, moving on. Oh my gosh, I actually just posted an Instagram story about this, but beanies, like the knit, cute little beanies, but styled in a very particular way. This isn't like new news if you're in the fashion world, but you know how like in like the early 2015, like people were wearing like the baggy like hipster hats where it was like hanging off their head. They had the little flow out the top and like it was just like sagging in the back. Like, ugh. Anyways, my current obsession is like really low rolled beanies that are just barely on the top of your head, like ears out, and it needs to be like a knit beanie. Like I guess like the, you know, those bougie like ones with like the bones on them, like those are cute too, but like the really short ones where your ears are hanging out of and it has to be knit. I want to get a handful of them for Europe because I feel like it'd be so cute in like London to just like have my little beanie on, and I don't have to do my hair because it takes forever. But yeah, so beanies, I've been eating those up, especially as we're getting into like fall territory, diva. I've also used to be like a hater of hats. I used to think that your ears had to be in your beanie. I don't know why I ever thought that. I tried it the other day and it looks fucking weird on me. I mean, I have big ears. Also, my ears have decorations now that I kind of like to show off. So maybe that's why I'm like ears out of the beanie kind of girl. One time I had to have like my scalp put back together, so I had a bunch of staples in my head. Obviously I had like a shaved head and like gross scabs and stuff, so I was like also forced to live in hats at a very ugly time in my life for like months and months and months and months. And so like I kind of like vowed to never like wear a hat ever again. And so I've kind of been like keeping my distance from hats and beanies and all those things. But like I said, era of change, baby. I put a hat on and I thought I was cute. I felt cute. It made the outfit better, not worse. Like I don't know what to tell you. My head shape has improved maybe. I think I'm kind of late to this, but like mug cakes or like the microwave, like put all the ingredients in a mug and then just put the mug in the microwave. I haven't followed any recipes though. I should probably look into that. I've kind of just invented my own and it's been so cute, especially because I feel like I'm always chasing my bananas. Like they're always like on their way out the door when I'm like about to finish them. So this has kind of solved also that problem for me. So I take a banana, I put it in a mug, I mash it up and like stir it around with a fork until it gets like, I don't know, gelatinous, I guess. I don't know. I also don't measure, so take it with a grain of salt. I pour like straight from the carton egg whites, okay, into the banana. And then I put like 2-3 tablespoons of PB Fit, like the powdered peanut butter powder. Mix that all up. A teaspoon or like half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, the good stuff, and some cinnamon. mix it up. Sometimes I put oats in there if I need carbs. Sometimes I put in berries if I need the sugar. Like, I don't know. And then I put it in the microwave for like 4 minutes and it comes out and it tastes kind of like a pancake. Sometimes I'll put like butter and honey on the top of it. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. And it makes my entire apartment smell like I was baking for hours. Like, I'm going to have one after I turn the cameras off. Like, that's a great idea, Bryce. That's a great idea. Oh my gosh, I found a new hair product line, okay? You know, I'm very particular about my hair, so if I latch onto a hair product, bitch, you bet your ass it's good. So I went to Ulta the other day because I just needed more curl cream, and I've been using this Miss Jenny's is what I think it is, like the Pillow Soft Curls or whatever. But I went to Ulta to get another tube, and they were like, yeah, we don't like carry that. And I was like, okay, fuck. Like, do you have an alternative that like kind of works the same, like same idea? And she was like, oh my gosh, have you tried the Rizos curl? And I was like, no, girl, put me on. So I went over with her and she was like, this is what I use on my hair. And it's literally so fucking good. And I'm pretty sure it's an influencer brand. I low key should have researched that beforehand. But I didn't just walk out of there with the curl cream, bitch. I walked out of there with the shampoo, the conditioner, the curl cream, and the mousse. And the mousse. And I use all of it every single day. Does it take a long time? Do you have to get particular with like the scrunch technique and like the diffuser? Like, yes, it's work, but like all good things, it takes time. So, been absolutely obsessing with it. It works so good to the point that I've received like a lot of perm allegations in the last month. Like in the last month, I've received like hella perm allegations and I haven't gotten a perm. I mean, my hair has changed a lot, but you take good care of your curls, they'll take good care of you. So yeah, it's called Rizos Curls, Rizors Curls. Love it. And it's not even that expensive. It was like $15 a product versus like the higher end shit that I know you bitches are buying are like $20 to $50 a bottle. So use your money wisely, use your brains because this shit works. My next obsession is scheduled posts on social media. You guys, as someone who's posting a lot pretty regularly, this has just kind of saved my life. I knew there was like a loophole that exists on TikTok. I don't think you can actually do it directly through the TikTok app. I think you have to do it through the TikTok Studio app, which is, I mean, that's where I do it. But I've been utilizing it the fuck down recently because with the podcast, I upload shorts on YouTube, I upload reels on Instagram, and I upload TikToks. And I do like 3 to 5 every single day. And so like setting a timer on my phone to like post at a certain time and like put in the captions and edit the video and put it up and this, that, and the other, like all throughout the day fucking sucks. Nobody can do it. It's literally miserable. Like nobody wants to do that. So you know what I did? Last night, I scheduled 5 posts for today and put them in on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And then I just like existed today and they all posted at their exact same time. And right before I go to bed, I'm going to go in and respond to comments and like all the things. And I won't even have to think twice about it because they're all posted. Like it's so glorious. The one thing I will say though is on Instagram, I low-key had to dig a little because I knew that it popped up as an option on my personal It's Bryce Howard Instagram account. But it wasn't for some reason popping up on the podcast Instagram. And then I was like, okay, what the fuck? Like, let's get down to this. So ask ChatGPT. And she told me that you have to have a professional account and like unlock all the tools and stuff, whatever. So I actually had to do that. But yeah, so living, laughing, loving that. Okay, and my last obsession is video compressors. Okay, now that sounds like a fancy word and I am so embarrassed that I had to figure this out on my own. I guess I'm not embarrassed because it like makes sense that I had to figure this out on my own, but I did not know that these existed until quite literally Friday morning. I had no idea. I've been uploading my podcast episodes and they take like hours to upload. Like I've uploaded late because I didn't have enough Wi-Fi speed to like upload the fucking podcast episodes and upload on social media. Like things were just taking so long. Like there's crazy files. I upgraded my Wi-Fi to solve the problem of uploading really, really big files to the internet. Come to find out, you can just make them smaller. Oh my God. So like, for example, Friday's episode was 60 gigabytes worth of like storage, and 60 gigabytes, if you don't know, is a lot of fucking storage for one video because of like camera quality and audio. Like it just takes up a lot of storage. And so when I tried to upload the 60 gigabyte file into Spotify creators, it was like, hey, so like you can't do that. Like our max is 60, babe. Like get the fuck together. And I was like, holy shit, it's Friday morning. Like this episode needs to be up in like an hour and like I literally can't upload it. Like I can't just like cut the episode in half. Like, I don't know. And so then I like asked ChatGPT, like one does, and she was like, yeah, babe, just compress the file. Just compress it a little bit. Like, just make it a little smaller. So it's this software, and you just plug the video right in, click go, and then it shrinks it barely. I think it's 1080. I don't know. It's a random number of quality, but it took the 60 gigabyte video, reduced it down to less than 1 gigabyte, and it like looks and sounds great still. Like, looks and sounds still like really fucking good. And then it took what, 30 seconds to upload to Spotify and YouTube. I was like, oh my God, I just doubled my Wi-Fi bill for absolutely nothing. But I'm obsessed with it now that I know that it exists. I wish somebody would have told me instead of me acting a fool for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. Please and thank you. But anyways, over obsessions, let's fucking get into the juicy juice. On today's Storytime segment, we're finally doing an It's Travel episode. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to talk about my travels. Sit back, grab the popcorn, because today I'm going to be telling you all about my solo cross-country road trip. Now, mind you, I have a fair amount of experience like on road trips. So I've driven across the country probably 3 or 4 times at this point, but only one way. Okay, like literally, like only one way. Or like I drive somewhere and I'm there for months and months and months on end and drive home. Like I'm never like doing like a there and back, a little there and back moment, let alone by myself. I've never once done a road trip there and back, and I've also never once done a road trip solo. So you're in for a treat. So the particular route/travel destinations of this journey was from Nashville, Tennessee to my hometown in Washington State. It's called Sela. You've never heard of it. But yeah, so that was my road trip, and it was 14 days total. 14 days on the road, 8,000 miles total, and about 80 hours in the car on the road. Like, gag it. Now, the way that I do road trips is I have my little truck, my little like gay little grandpa truck. It's like it's a mid-sized truck is the technical term. So it's not a big boy, but it's cute, gets the job done. And I have like a little tent that mounts to the roof of my truck. Actually, it never comes off. It lives there permanently always. And it's really, really gorgeous for road trips because you literally just pull over on the side of the road and unfold your tent and then climb up the little ladder into your treehouse. And it's gorgeous. It's comfortable. And it has a little like 3-inch mattress built into it. So it's really comfy, really cozy. And oh my God, and it's blackout. So like on the inside, even if it's really sunny outside, it's still pitch black on the inside. Like, gorge, girl. We are living luxury out here. Okay, so day one, bitches. Day one was a long, rough, motherfucking physical ass hard day. Okay, honestly, kind of sucked. It definitely is going down in history of my road trip experiences as like the big and the bad. Like, girl, like this was a struggle bus. So day one was 13 hours in the car, 790 miles. Okay, I drove from Nashville, Tennessee to a state park in the middle of Kansas. Now, to preface, in order to drive 13 hours and arrive with still enough sunlight left to like cook dinner and set up, plus time changes, I left my house at 4 in the morning. I left my house at 4 in the morning. Guess what time I went to bed the night before? 2 in the morning, because my ass put all the packing off until the last minute. So my bitch ass was up and packing until 2 a.m. So 13 hours on 2 hours of sleep. Yes, 2 hours of sleep, 2 hours of sleep. Yeah, you heard it right. So honestly, it was a very fucking long day, but it actually went great. I packed a shit ton of sandwiches. So on the road, I literally didn't need to cook. I didn't need to pull over and cook anything. Like, I just reached out the cooler and grabbed my sandwich, kept driving. I don't know. It was kind of, I mean, day one, you always have like the energy, first day jitters, like it's exciting, like new adventure, woo, like let's go. I also vlogged the whole thing for my YouTube, but this was my very first like real vlogging experience, like with microphones and cameras and like all the things. So I was navigating that for the first time, like rolling out of bed, grabbing the camera and clicking record type shit. So that was all a bit of a learning experience. But honestly, I was really nervous because usually I drive a lot on the first days on road trips from Tennessee because the surrounding areas are not the cutest. They're not. So I tried to get the fuck out of here and made my way to Kansas. I honestly didn't have high expectations for this campsite, but it was fucking adorable. It was so cute. I was right on the water. It was really windy, and I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I always pick the campsite closest to the water and then like get there and I'm like confused why it's windy. Like, obviously, like that's literally the way Mother Nature works. But yeah, it was really windy. I got there with plenty of sunlight to like set up my camp and cook dinner. By the time I was done cooking, I think it was like 7 p.m. Like the sun was still shining, but but I was like, bitch, I'm going to bed. Like, I'm going to bed. So I crawled in bed for the first night, and and I had water and electricity that night, which like is a very rare occurrence, especially in my road trip journeys, just because they're more expensive. But yeah, so I had water and electricity, kept everything charged, filled up my water jugs, went to bed really early. But this place, weird. I went to some pretty incredible places on this road trip, but this place in the middle of Kansas had the best sunset and sunrise. The best sunset and sunrise. And I was perfectly positioned right like on this point of land that stuck out in the middle of the lake. I had the sunset out my window as I was falling asleep, and then I roll over in the morning and get to watch the sunrise out my window. Like, it was gorgeous and perfect temperature. Like, honestly, first night in Kansas, she did me right. It was a damn good one. Okay, day two, you guys. Now this, speaking of record books, this was a day to remember. So day 2, I drove 7.5 hours, 460 miles. So another big day, obviously not as big as the day before, but I drove from Kansas to Breckenridge, Colorado. Yes, bitch, you heard me. That's right. Breckenridge, you guys, if you've never heard of this place, it is like a mountain ski town, and it is so fierce cunty gorgeous. Like, it is so beautiful. It's a ski town. So first of all, the shopping is drop dead gorgeous. The thrifting is amazing. The scenery is breathtaking. You look around and it's pine trees and just snow-peaked mountains as far as you can see. Now, the cool thing about driving into Breckenridge is like you get to drive through Denver, and Denver is like right outside of the mountains, but you see this wall of like clouds, and then you kind of see like this outline frame of the mountains behind this wall of clouds, and then you just get closer and closer to the wall of clouds until you're in the clouds, and then you drive through the clouds, and then you're in the mountains. Like, it is so gorgeous. So I got there around 5 p.m. So I had plenty of time to set up and cook dinner. And oh my gosh, this was the first night that I got to set up my hammock, which always makes me so excited. And I did have service, which was unique. I didn't have electrical or water, but that was totally okay. I usually don't. But yeah, so I got to get some work done on my laptop because I had cell reception. And yeah, I just remember Breckenridge as being so gorgeous. And I got to experience most of Breckenridge actually the next day. So I had to obviously get on the road the next day, but I woke up really, really early the morning after I got to Colorado because I wanted to have a few hours in like downtown Main Street Breckenridge before I left to go hit the road the next day. So I woke up bright and early and was in Breckenridge by like 7 a.m. Okay, you guys, some of the best coffee I've ever had in my entire life, the best shopping, like the mountain like vibe is like half of my closet is like lumberjack, like flannel, like puffer jacket, like Northwestern. Like, you guys, I'm from Washington State. That's my bread and butter. So shopping was to die. Coffee was to die. I did this little mini hike. They have this wooden art sculpture that this guy made a whole bunch of years ago, but he made this art sculpture out of like recycled wood, and it's a 15-foot troll that's like hanging onto the trees and like sitting on the ground. Like, it's so sick. So I got to go there and take pictures of that. Oh my gosh, I went to a honey stand, like a local like honey stand. Oh my god, I spent a small fortune on honey. I bought a bunch of jars of like their homegrown like medicinal like all their things. I bought so much shit. Oh my god, also I went to a jewelry store. Oh, you guys, the jewelry, I'm still wearing this little safety pin necklace that I wear on my ear always. It has little diamonds in it. I got that in Breckenridge. I got a few necklaces, some more earrings, and I got some like geode rings, like the rings that are like made out of rocks that are really chunky. I don't think I'll ever like, I mean, maybe I'll wear them. I mean, I bought them to wear. I better wear them. But yeah, so I woke up, I went to Breckenridge. I did all my shopping. I shopped till I drop. I did all the things. And then it was time to get on the road yet again. So day 3, I did another 7 hours and 430 miles on the road to Fairview, Utah. Now, this place was not like lame, but anything leaving Breckenridge is like gonna be like a little bit less than, you know, it's Breckenridge, bitch. Like, hello. But anyways, no, this campsite was gorgeous. There was like this windy ass road all the way up, and I'm like passing like just trees and stuff all the way up. So gorgeous. The drive there was so otherworldly, like, because I got to drive through like Utah's like the arches and like just like the red like desert canyon landscape. So I got to drive through and see all of that, like front row seat to beautiful landscapes. The drive was so stunning. And then I get there, it's in this like little state park just outside Salt Lake City. I ran into a few hiccups here though, because when I got there, this place had zero cell reception, like actually like no cell reception whatsoever. And I didn't have hookups. So like I didn't have water or electrical, which like I said, totally fine. But I got there and I'm like, okay, so like I didn't write down which campsite I was in. Like I have literally no idea like which campsite is mine, and none of them were tagged. Like sometimes they have like your name and like reserved on the thing. I couldn't find it literally anywhere. I drove around in circles. I was like, literally, fuck, I cannot find my campsite. But basically, I just left the campsite and kept driving up the mountain to get some cell reception. So I got cell reception, and then I found out my campsite was like 1A. So annoying. So I literally drove back into the campsite, found my campsite. Come to find out, it's beautiful campsite. Like honestly, astounding campsite. Like it was well kept, beautiful, gorgeous. But I was neighboring the campsite hosts. Like they had a perfect view of everything I was doing from outside of their like living room window. Like I was just like literally, oh my gosh, like I'm literally on like mind you, the view is like me vlogging myself in the middle of Utah, right? Home of the Mormons, just recording myself like, hi, this is what I'm cooking for dinner. Hi, like I'm a gay in the middle of the woods. Like, hey, don't be mean. Like, you guys, it was a little uncomfy, but it was like kind of fine. But yeah, it was like fine. I was just honestly happy to not be alone, if we're being so honest. So I got over it real fast. But yeah, so then I woke up the next morning, hit the road, but in the middle of the night, there were like low-key like oh my gosh, I remember a small detail. I woke up to footsteps. Oh my god, I remember this actually. I woke up this morning, not this morning, but on the morning of day technically 4. I woke up to footsteps outside of my tent, like crunching the leaves, like smudging the gravel, like right next to my head where I'm sleeping. I am freaking the fuck out. Okay, I'm by myself. I have no cell reception. Like I have no idea what's going on. And then I hear like a grunt noise. So then in my head I'm like, okay, it's like a deer or something. Like there's just like a deer outside my tent. And so I make a loud like clink, like I make a loud little bang noise, and then I hear it run away. Thundering, rumbling footsteps. That was a big bitch. That was not a deer. I know it probably wasn't a bear. I mean, I was in bear country, but it wasn't a bear. I was freaking out. Okay. And then I'm like making breakfast that morning and I'm like hearing cows moo. Like I'm just hearing like mooing like all the time. I'm like, okay, like interesting choice. But yeah, so I didn't think much about it. So I packed up and left. On my way out of the campsite, there are like wild cows everywhere. Like literally everywhere. Like I probably passed over 100 cows that are like crossing the road in front of my truck, like as I'm driving. I literally drove over like a cow shit in the middle of the road and it splattered all over the side of my truck. Mind you, I didn't know it was there until I got gas that day and saw the fucking shit that was all over the side of my truck. But yeah, long story short, there was a cow next to my tent and that's what woke me up. And there were just random ass cows walking around all over the place in Utah. Okay, day 4. Now, day four, I cheated just a little bit, you see. Now, day 4, I drove a total of 6 hours, about 400 miles on the road. Now, this was my first day of rest. Okay, I got a little break today. My brother actually lives in Boise, Idaho, and he just moved into his new apartment with his girlfriend. So, what a lovely place for me to sleep at night. I don't have to sleep in the cold and the bugs. Like, hell yes. So I got to see my brother and it was so lovely. I got to sleep on his couch. It was so comfy cozy, you know, like normal breathing air. Oh my God, a shower. Oh my God, a shower. I hadn't showered since I left. So I got to shower. I got to take them out to dinner. It was so fierce. And I know Boise really well. I used to do dance competitions there all the time. So it was like when I got to Boise, I was like, okay, I'm officially in familiar territory. Like I'm safe. Like I'm good. So I got to see my brother in his new apartment and spend some time with him and his girlfriend, and it was a lovely time. And then day 5, bitch, day five we get home. Day 5, I only drove about 5.5 hours, 360-ish miles back to my hometown from Boise. But mind you, I was expecting, this is like no shade towards my brother, like I love you so very much, he like let me stay at his house for free. However, He is a student and is working, and so is his girlfriend. So they both like had to be out of the apartment by like 7 a.m. to get to like class or to work. So I like also like had to be out of their house and on the road by a certain hour. And so I had to like wake up and be packed up and like ready to go by like early in the morning. So I hit the road early as fuck, and I only lose 1 hour between Boise and my hometown. And so I left at the absolute latest at 6:30. So I was home before lunchtime. Like I was literally in Sela by lunchtime. It was so great, so gorgeous. And I get home, the weather, oh, it's perfect. And I get another shower. Oh my God, totally forgot to mention on this journey. One of the main reasons I was driving home in the first place was for a wedding, was for a literal family friend's wedding. I mean, like I could have flown obviously, but I saw an opportunity for an adventure, so I took it. But I was there for a wedding. So I had to drive. I drove there, then like go to the wedding and then drive back. Like that's the whole point. Now that we're like halfway through like the road part of this journey, like that's why I did it. Sorry, forgot to leave out that minor detail. It was kind of important. Anyways, so day 6 on the timeline of days, this is Saturday, okay? So it's Saturday and it's wedding day, bitch. I also got there and tried on my wedding outfit. Fucking hated it, okay? So now I'm like, shit, I've been living out of my car. I look like a homeless man in the middle of the woods. I've been living off of granola bars and instant oatmeal. Like, I don't have my shit together. I don't have an outfit. Like, we need to figure this shit out. So I'm like rummaging around. I'm like going through what I have. I always make sure to bring at least one pair of like nice pants wherever I go. So I had a pair of nice pants that I could work with, and I ran to Walmart to get a white button down, and then I was like, holy fuck, I can't just wear a white button down. Like that's so lame. Like you're like everyone knows you as the fashion icon. Like you have to show up, show out. And I had my brown cowboy boots. So I was like, okay, we have the basics. We have this, we have the pieces. And I was like, what would make this outfit absolutely perfect is a brown leather vest to match my brown leather cowboy boots. And I was like, okay, so I'm in like a small town in the middle of Washington. Like there's literally, wait a minute. There actually is one man that I know that would totally have a brown leather vest. Like if there's a brown leather vest in Selah, Washington, I know who has it. And so there's this old man who owns a store. It's called Somewhere in Time. It's my favorite store in the entire world. It's called Somewhere in Time. It's so cute. It's so gorgeous. And it's a vintage shop that this guy owns that he also like lives out of. And he like just sells cool shit. It's not just clothes, but like the most prominent staples in my closet all came from this man's store. Like I love him so much. So I called him and was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I spent a lot of money at your store. I know you're closing. Like I know you like literally close in 5 minutes and I'm like still 10 minutes out, but here's my situation. I have a wedding to go to tonight and I need a brown leather vest. And I figured that you'd have one. He was like, oh yes, of course. I remember you. Like, what are your sizes? And when I got there, he had 3 brown leather vests sitting out ready for me to try on. It was incredible. So I grabbed my favorite one and I picked up a few other pieces while I was there. Sorry, not sorry, and left. And I had a beautiful outfit for the wedding. I went thrifting with my mom earlier that day and found a handbag too. It's you can find it on my Instagram. It's the one with the camels and the palm trees. Yeah, so fierce. So my outfit was a sleigh. The vest was a sleigh. Thank you to the man at Somewhere in Time. You are a sleigh. Now, the wedding, might I add. You must be thinking, oh, Bryce, like you're home, like you're gonna like chill, you're gonna take it easy, like you're gonna sleep in your bed and all these things. Wrong. This was like a young person wedding. Like it was a fresh person's wedding. So like the bride and groom are like 24, 25, 26 age range, I think. And so like the audience was naturally very young, and like young people, we like to like stay up late and like hang out and have fun. Also, it's like a wedding, so let's like throw the fuck down. But at the venue, they had a place, like they had a parking lot set up if you wanted to like bring your trailer so that like people could stay the night if they wanted to. And I, being a planner, I was so proud of myself. I was like, you know what, Bryce, you're probably gonna be drinking alcohol. You're probably like gonna be, yeah, you might be 20 minutes from home, but like you don't want to have to worry about it. So just in case, drive yourself, and your truck has the tent mounted to the top of it. So worst case scenario, if you drink and you don't want to drive and you can't drive, then just like stay there. It's not that big of a deal. So I get there and we're like halfway through the wedding and I'm like 3 drinks in and I'm like, yeah, so I will be sleeping in the tent tonight. So I ran outside, set up my tent, and then went back to the wedding. And then after the wedding and all of the after party shenanigans, shenanigans, I just got to snuggle back into bed. And when I tell you, it's so comfortable and it's like one of my safe spaces at this point in my life. Like, I love my tent so much. So like, it wasn't like a bad thing or a harm thing or whatever. But so actually, like, while I was home, even I slept in the tent. If you didn't think I was, roughing it, I did. Okay. And then I woke up bright and early the next morning and drove back to my house and walked in, did the walk of shame to my mother's room. Hey babe, how you doing? But yeah, so wedding was great. And then day 7 was my only like full day with nothing to do home. So I went out for like a little date with my little brother Bodie. I took him to the store. He really wanted to make slime. So we went to the store, bought stuff to make slime. I vlogged all of it. You'll see the footage someday. But yeah, we made slime. And then I planned my road trip back to Nashville because the next day, bitch, I got to hit the road jack. So yeah, I worked on my laptop and planned my road trip home, booked all my campsites. And now, so I also like totally lied. Like, I have one more day home. Wait, what? How long was I home? Okay, so now I'm like kind of realizing that I'm lying. I just realized that I had an extra day at home that I unaccounted for. Okay, my bad. Well, anyways, day 8 was another day at home, prepping and planning for my road trip back to Nashville. Oh, also, my stepdad let me steal his like Starlink Mini, which, okay, crazy. I've never used one in my entire life. I thought they were a myth. So fucking awesome. And I have a little generator to like charge things for when I don't have electrical hookups. And so I literally just plug the Starlink into my generator and I have Wi-Fi wherever I want. So my drive home, I had no Wi-Fi, but my entire drive back to Nashville, I literally had Wi-Fi even when I was like driving. Like, I have it plugged in mid-drive. Like, I'm not losing fucking Wi-Fi this whole time. Okay. So that's an important detail. Okay. So now fasting forward to day 9. Okay, day 9. We're at day 9 now. Okay, so I'm leaving home, gone, never to be seen again. Just kidding, mom. Love you. We drove 12 hours, 740 miles. Okay, we put in the fucking work and we drove, drum roll please, we drove to Grand Tetons National Park in Wyoming. New national park unlocked. Ho, that's right. Grand Tetons National Park. Guys, it's literally like 30 minutes away from Yellowstone. So if you don't go to Yellowstone, bitch, what are you doing? Grand Tetons was incredible. I mean, I was on the road for 12 hours, but I got an hour back. So I basically traveled backwards in time and I did really good on the road, like very minimal pee breaks. Like, it was so good. Okay, so my campsite was literally like inside the park. Like, I had to go like past the security guy and be like, hi, I'm here. Like, I'm in the national park, driving to my campsite. As I'm pulling in, it's raining. It's literally raining and there's clouds everywhere. So I'm like, okay, I'm in Grand Tetons National Park, so I can't be mad. However, I can't actually see like the Teton peaks because it's all covered in rain clouds and everything's wet and soggy and cold, which is like fine. Like, I'm like, okay, you know what? This is your experience. This is the way that things are meant to be. So let's just go right along with it. So I get in and I get checked into my campsite. And as I'm pulling in, like backing my truck into my campsite, the rain stops. Like, literally like stops raining. Okay. And I like pull in and I get out of my truck and I'm like, this is a great site. Mind you, I booked it the day before in a national park. Like, getting a campsite in a national park the day prior is like unheard of. Like, that doesn't happen. I like stole someone's last minute canceled campsite. So I got really lucky and I pull in and everyone runs up to me and was like, oh my gosh, you got the campsite. And I'm like, girl, what do you mean? I literally booked this yesterday. And they're like, oh, like, we're all gonna kill you. Like, this campsite books out years in advance. Like, you're a bitch. And I was like, okay, well, go me. And so I made lots of friends. It was so fun. And then before I even had a chance to like unpack my tent or cook anything, mind you, the rain has just stopped. The clouds move over, insane double rainbow right over the 3 tallest peaks in Grand Tetons National Park. And I have a front row seat. You guys, I can't make this shit up. I cannot make this shit up. It was like a movie, okay? Literally like out of the Bible. Like, the clouds moved, double rainbow, sun is shining right down on these snow-covered monsters of a mountain, right? And I'm just sitting there leaning up against my truck, just like, literally, what did I do to deserve this? Like, this is amazing. So I set up my tent, I get all ready, I'm about to start cooking dinner, and I look over and I see like a crowd of people. And in any national park, like, If there's a crowd of people, then bitch, that means there's something to see. So I stopped what I was doing. I turned my stove off. I ran over to the crowd of people, turned to my left. There's a fucking moose. There is a moose in the campground. I haven't even been in the Tetons National Park for like 3 hours. Like, it literally hasn't even been 3 hours. I've seen a double rainbow. I've seen the peaks. I've got the best campsite. And now there's the moose just like strutting her stuff like right in front of me. I mean, it was a boy. It had the horns and everything. But like, I was like, this is just a sign that I'm never meant to get on a plane literally ever again. Like, what is life right now? What is life? It was absolutely insane. It wasn't even the last moose that I saw, because the people standing next to me, remember I told you I made friends, she was very friendly, and she was like, yeah, we're right on the river, so when you wake up early in the morning, like right before the sunrise, like walk down to the river and I guarantee like you'll see a moose. Like, you'll see a moose in the morning. I was like, okay bitch, 100% I'm fucking doing that. Like, bang my line with some coffee, like I'll be there, be square, ready to go. So cooked a beautiful dinner. Also, mind you, I'm in bear country, like hardcore bear country, so like all of these campsites, they have bear boxes, so you move all of your food, you move all of like my cosmetics, like my shampoos, my toothpaste, anything with a smell, into the bear box. And you also can't sleep in the clothes that you eat or cook in, because they smell so strongly like food. So like, you cook and then you have to like change, brush your teeth, and then like put it all in a box like away from your campsite so that a bear doesn't attack you while you're sleeping. And then you gotta like sleep with bear spray. Like, you don't want to die. But yeah, so I'm in bear country, have all my food stored. I go to bed. I wake up the next morning. I wake up bright and early to go walk down to the river and see the moose. Now this morning I didn't end up seeing a moose, which is totally okay, because little did I know that on my way out of the campsite, I would drive right past a mama and son black bear. Yep, not one bear, but two bears and a baby bear at that. I drove straight past a mother-son cub. You guys, I can't make this shit up. In the middle of September, I saw a black bear in Grand Tetons National Park. After I parted the clouds with my mind, after the double rainbow, after the moose, after the campsite, I get to see a bear on my way out of town. Also, I haven't been to Wyoming in like probably a decade at this point, so it was just like the memories, like the last time I was there was on like a family vacation, and so it was just like all the memories were like flooding back to me, and it was just, I will never forget my time in Grand Tetons, and I was literally there for less than 24 hours. Like, it was incredible. So day 10, this was a kind of a short day of driving. I drove 5 hours and 45 minutes at a total of 350 miles. We didn't actually end up leaving Wyoming this day. We started in Wyoming, like woke up in Wyoming, and then like fell asleep in Wyoming. And then I drove to a state park called Glendo. I don't know, Glendo State Park. Now, I book all of these campsites based on like reviews and like just like what I find on the internet. And this place, like, views 10 out of 10. Like, this place was gorgeous. My campsite was right up against like a cliff edge. I guess they call it a bluff. I still don't actually know what that means, but it was up against a cliff. So it was so stunning gorgeous. After I like unpacked and like, you know, had dinner, then I got to go sit on the cliffside. And now that you guys know about my meditation journey, I can tell you some of like my experiences, because I was doing my online course at the time, right? So I started my meditation like sitting in my camping chair, just like right on the edge of the cliff, sitting in my chair doing my meditation. And I start my meditation as the sun starts to set, and then when I open my eyes after my meditation, the sun had fully set during the duration of time that I was meditating. You guys, it was a magical experience. It was insane. So surreal. Now, the only issue I had with this campsite is that I was the only fucking person there. Like, the only person there. And like, sometimes people like the privacy of being by themselves, but like, for me, something that I learned, mind you, this was my first time doing a road trip by myself, camping by myself. But what I learned about myself is that I don't like to be at an empty campsite. I don't mind the noise. I don't mind being next to a bathroom. Like, I'm willing to sacrifice my peace and quiet for like the comfort of knowing that I'm not alone. I'm not by myself, because I'm like, literally anybody could come and like get me at any time. And what am I going to do? Scream for bloody murder? I'm like in the middle of the woods on the edge of a cliff. Like, I don't know. So that's something I learned about myself at this particular spot, because it was the first time I was all by myself. And there's like 30 plus campsites at this place, and I'm the only one that's there to occupy space. Mind you, it also was in the middle of the week, so like people are working, people are doing their thing. But yeah, no, I fell asleep anxious and scared that night. Even though my meditation was gorgeous, cunty, beautiful, like I fell asleep like clutching my pearls, my knife and throwing axe are in my pocket. I'm ready to like jump a bitch. But yeah, so it was beautiful, more mystical experiences, and just like the magic of I don't know. Yeah, that was one of my favorite campsites. It was so pretty. Okay, now day 11, everybody. This one was so cute and cunty also. Every single day on this road trip was just iconic to say the least. Okay, day 11, I drove 6.5 hours, 420 miles total. Now, this was another cheat day, okay? But not because I was staying with a friend or staying with family. I didn't camp, therefore I consider it kind of cheating. And also there's a good reason, okay? But I was treating myself, okay? I said, you know what, Bryce? You haven't showered in 3 days, okay? Look at you, like you're gross. You need to fix your hair. So I was like, okay, let's treat ourselves, blah, 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 whatever. So I booked an Airbnb in the middle of a town called Kearney, Nebraska, okay? Who the fuck's ever heard of that? Love you, Kearney, Nebraska. You were quite lovely. My Airbnb was like a tiny home cottage in the middle of an alpaca farm. Literally, shut the fuck up, bitch. An alpaca farm. Yes, ho. Mind you, I needed an Airbnb because this is actually such a cute full circle moment. I was uploading my very first podcast episode. Oh my God, that's actually so wholesome and cute. I was uploading the It's Change episode. So I needed really solid Wi-Fi, and I needed to like be in the state of mind. I couldn't really I would have been fine, but I didn't want to be in the middle of a thunderstorm, like hanging off the side of a cliff in my tent, like trying to upload my podcast to Spotify and YouTube. That would have been miserable. So I just bit the bullet and sucked it up for the luxury and booked the alpaca farm in Nebraska. And you guys, it was so adorable. Besides the low ceilings, and which only affect me because I'm tall, this place was a 10 out of 10, and it had a lofted bed, so I felt like a kid. Fully stocked kitchen. You guys, it was just perfect. I got to cook on like a normal stove instead of my little propane camping stove and like AC. Oh, it was lovely. And I made sure to text the Airbnb host. I was like, it's advertised as an alpaca farm. Like, is it okay if I like go over there? Like, totally no harm, no foul if you don't want me doing that. But I would love to like go interact with like your little animals. She's like, totally, absolutely, don't worry about it. Like, go. Like, you can literally go in the pin if you want to. Okay, so I grabbed my camera, obviously, great for content. And I ran over to the alpaca fenced area and just hung out, filmed some videos, and like took pictures of alpacas and goats, and it was gorgeous. It was so much fun. And then said farewell to my new friends. It was picture perfect. Everything you're expecting, it was that times 10. Like, it was so good. Now, day 12. Day 12 is kind of boring, kind of lame. Sorry, I hate to say it. Day 12, I drove 7 hours, 500 miles to a state park in Missouri called Graham Cave State Park. Now, you should know, Missouri and I have a bit of history, and it's complicated, okay? I have a vendetta against Missouri. I've always preached into the universe that Missouri is a shit state, and that every time I go there, I'm like, something bad happens, I'm miserable, and there's torrential downpour, and I can't see 3 feet in front of my truck as I'm driving through flash flooding. Like, Missouri and I just have a bad history. So anytime I go on a road trip, I try to avoid it at all costs. But this time it was kind of unavoidable because of the route that I had taken prior. So I was like, okay, you know what? Suck it up, Buttercup. Like, you're going to have to survive Missouri. So Graham State Park was honestly, I'm going to say it. You have it on record. Bryce, don't forget that you said this out loud. Missouri, you've officially redeemed yourself. Not that if you're from Missouri and you actually care, but the state of Missouri, if you had a consciousness, you redeemed yourself, diva. It didn't rain a single time while I was there. Gorgeous. The campsite was gorgeous, and the leaves were just barely starting to turn orange, yellow, red. So I got a little like fall like prerequisite. It was so adorable. There was this funny little interaction with this old man. While I was like setting up my tent, he saw me filming. Like, he saw like the microphone on my shirt, and he saw like the camera that I was holding and that I like kept moving to like take certain clips or whatever. Mind you, he's probably like 70 years old. Like, he's an old man with his little Pomeranian. He was like, "Are you a YouTuber?" Mind you, I don't have like followers or fans really. But like, I don't know. I saw this as an opportunity to like do a little role play. And so I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I do travel videos. Like, the brand of my tent is sponsoring me, so I'm filming some videos for them. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Why are you such an awful, miserable person? Why are you lying to this poor old man? I should have just said no. But also, like, I mean, give another valid reason to be vlogging yourself in the middle of a state park in the middle of buttfuck Missouri. If I would have said no, I'm not a YouTuber, then he would have been concerned. Then there would have been red flags. Then there would have been question marks. See, there's always a silver lining. I did it to protect him from his own wild thoughts. Oh, also, I forgot about this. I ran out of food. I had enough. I got food on the road, like at a gas station. Like I just got one of their like sandwiches or like little chicken or pickle pouches, whatever. But when I got there, I was like, okay, this is the last like day that you're not home. Like, bitch, you have no food. So I had some honey from Breckenridge and I had some peanut butter left over and 2 slices of bread. So I made myself a bread and peanut butter and honey sandwich for dinner. And I was like, you know what? You got coffee in the morning and you got a dream. Okay. So I prepared a gourmet dinner with the lack of consumables that I had in my possession. And then I woke up the next morning, eager diva down, because this was day 13. Day 13 away from home. Day 13 on the road, motherfucker. This shit is extensive. Now, this was also a little bit of a shorter driving day. I had 6 hours, about 400 miles on the road. So, you know what? I woke up and I was like, I'm about to be back in my new apartment. I'm about to be back in my own bed, in my own big, comfy, cozy fucking shower with a refrigerator that was, I mean, it was empty at the time. But yeah, I don't know. Nothing happened exciting on the last day. But yeah, all in all, you guys need to go on a road trip. Okay, ditch the fucking plane, get yourself a tank of gas and get on the road. Now, I want to give like, just because I think it's interesting and someone else out there might also think it's interesting, I like tracked like my spending, I guess. Well, not like all my spending, but I tracked like my gas, my food, and like the cost of campsites. So I totaled it all up. This is like kind of embarrassing. I can't lie to you. Like this is like kind of bad. So in gas for a 13, also not a 14-day road trip. I lied in the beginning. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. For a 13-day road trip, I spent $968.50 on gasoline. Mind you, I am in a truck, but I was about 2 tanks of gas a day. Like that shit is extensive. Ugh. I spent $226 on food and groceries, and I spent $185 on campsites and other campsite fees, bringing the grand total without shopping and tourist purchases to $1,379.50. Bitch, that is not what I fucking budgeted for. Yeah, so long story short, it's a hell of a lot cheaper to get on an airplane. Okay, so next time your friends are having a wedding that's in another state, get on a damn plane. However, I could never in a million years have gone to all of those places, experienced my experience, and stayed the night in all of these places for that cheap. I will never regret a road trip. And I will always see it as an investment because I always appreciate the journey. And I'm always so proud of myself for getting through it. All of this just to say that I had an amazing road trip and it was filled with adventure. And even though I was by myself and I was scared, like I made incredible memories all by myself. I survived the wilderness. I survived the loneliness, and I got some really good content that I can't wait to share with you guys. So yeah, don't forget to plan your road trip, guys. I'm telling you now, you heard it here first, folks. Plan your road trip, hit the road, Jack. Like, do it. It's not hard. I promise. If you have good taste in music and you have good taste in podcasts, which I know you do, obviously, if you're listening to this, and the road will go by just like that, lickety split. Now, to close off this episode, this is a segment I want to start doing every single week because I think it's so funny, especially because we're starting every week with obsessions. I think we should finish every episode with confessions. A, because I think it's funny and entertaining, but B, just to remind you that I'm a person and to remind you that you're not the only person that does embarrassing shit. Like, literally nothing's real. We've talked about this. Like, I don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. So it helps hold me accountable for the weird, shitty, weird things that I do that no one gets to see. And it also reminds you that, hey, I'm not the only person that, you know, has a little screw loose. You could say. Okay, so for today's confessions, let's see. Oh, this is actually kind of funny. So my dad is moving, like my dad and his side of the family are like moving into a new house right now. And so naturally he's going through my old like childhood bedroom. And he like recruited a bunch of my little sister's like friends. And so they're all like basically moving boxes and shit. They found my old like dab pen, like my marijuana, cannabis, weed, vape pen in my childhood bedroom. So that was an awkward conversation. This is another one. This is kind of embarrassing. Here's my confession. After my last relationship ended, I texted him first. I know, you guys. I know we're supposed to be big, strong women. I did not indeed take the power back. I texted him first, and then he proceeded to not text me back, which is fine. Like, I don't hold a grudge about it. I'm on to much better things, trust. But that's a confession and a half. However, I did unfollow him on Instagram first, so, you know, you take what wins you can get, right? Another confession. Oh my God, yesterday I used face wash as body wash because I couldn't find my spare bottle. I had just ran to Target to buy an extra bottle of body wash, and I put it like under my sink in the bathroom, and like yesterday right before I got in the shower, I just couldn't find it. I was like, fuck, okay. So I used face wash to clean my whole body. I'm like, okay, CeraVe, she putting in the hours, diva. Okay. That's all I have for you guys today. Today was a crazy episode. We had some fun content. Let me know what you think about some of these segments because every week's going to look a little different. I think I want to start with obsessions and finish with confessions every week. Like, I think that's just going to happen just because they're also always changing and it's not like a hard thing for me to think about. So yeah, maybe next week I'll get some of your confessions too to put in the confession segment. That would be funny. If I had some of your guys' like anonymous confessions, oh my God, I'd eat that shit down. That'd be iconic. I'm gonna do that. You better engage with me though. I mean, I'll keep it anonymous, obviously, but like if I ask for your guys' like confessions, you better give me some juicy things to talk about. It's like get my viewers up. Hello. For updates on future episodes and to get more involved with the content, don't forget to give us a follow at It's Always Something Podcast on all socials everywhere. Brand new episodes every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And don't forget, Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, excerpts go up if you don't feel like sitting through a whole ass episode. And don't leave me out. Hello at It's Bryce Howard on all socials. Thank you. I'm done, diva. I have people to see, places to be. Remember that show that I told you I have at the end of this month? I have rehearsal for that show in a few hours. So I'm gonna get to it. Have a great day. You're so gorgeous. I'm so obsessed with you. I'm so obsessed with you. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Okay, enough. Enough, Bryce. Turn it off. Shut it down. Love you. Mwah.